Hola, it's me, Didi, and welcome to another episode of Deep Dives with Didi.
And Damian.
Damian, you look great. I love this tie-dye on you.
Thank you, I made it.
And I made this in honor of Lemon's tree look on the runway. This is the actual fabric that she wore on the runway because I made that tree gown. And we have extra fabric, so I made this just minutes ago, and I remembered why I hate this fabric. It's impossible to sew.
Becky's hair looks like it's coming out right out of your scalp.
This is a good wig. I mean, I feel like I'm Valentina. This hair is...
giving grandmother Willow Riones.
Today we are reviewing...
Episode 3 of Canada's Drag Race.
Drag Race. Let me begin by saying this episode is a mess.
A mess.
Let's dive into why we think it was a mess. Previously on Canada's Drag Race, there was a group acting challenge. Lemon won, Kyne and Tainomi had to lip sync, and Kyne went home in her purpla drags.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're back in the workroom after the elimination. Kyne's mirror message says, "Think of me fondly now that we've said goodbye." Damian, reference to Phantom of the Opera, C or no?
It's a C for me.
Did you clock
Yeah,
that?
I didn't actually think about it until you just said it out loud and then I heard it.
Kyne is the queen of, like, is she making a reference?
I think that the Tammy Brown thing was for sure a reference.
We haven't gotten confirmation from Kyne, but Tammy Brown liked us. She reposted us on her story, so if you aren't watching Deep Dives, you're not a fan of Tammy Brown. Oh, Anastasia is like, "Tainomi, don't you ever do that to me again. You and I are going to the top. Don't let me down."
Ominous. I didn't pick up on it though. Like, I didn't click when the first viewing. I never thought what was going to happen.
No, that's why this episode is a mess. Before we get to the mini challenge, there's a special guest that shows up. Tracy Melchior, the special squirrel friend. What?
I don't quite understand it, but I have a controversial opinion, which is that I liked her.
I love
think
her.
that something that's bothering me consistently about Jeffrey is that he's trying too hard, and like everything he says has like he has an affectation to it. And I felt like she was just being herself. She was like, "I'm a big fan of the show. I'm an ally. I'm a host."
The judging panel doesn't have a Ross or a Carson. No one's making jokes. Like, no one meaning the co-judges.
Do you think that they brought her in when they felt like the judges weren't bringing enough funny and they felt like they needed another element?
What's her role? Is she gonna come back every episode? Or was she just like there for one episode? So, the mini challenge. They're doing a teleprompter challenge. This is a classic Drag Race challenge.
So fun.
Season 1, they did a teleprompter challenge.
When Nina
Flowers
told Tori Spelling she had HIV.
Loca! Loca, I say HIV! Loca! What did you think of this mini challenge?
It was a lot happening, but I thought it was a fun challenge, especially like adding in the French.
Right,
component.
but then the gay language component, which like the whole show is written in gay. Priyanka and Lemon actually like did the best, like hands down.
Totally.
Let's add a little splash of lemon to this moment. This is a segment we call a splash of lemon because we get a little tidbit of information from Lemon that you might not have seen on the show. Ow. You know how Jimbo was Nancy Grace?
Mm-hmm.
She apparently played Nancy Grace for hours that day.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting, but kind of useless information. But that was a splash of lemon.
Jimbo was getting method in the workroom.
Winners of the mini challenge are Lemon and Priyanka. Do you agree?
Yes. I thought the French girls did well.
The French girls did well, but I was bored. They were just like, "We can speak French. Take that." And we're like, that's not enough. I think I would have done really well in the mini challenge. I am a great teleprompter reader. Watch these words bite me in the ass when I end up on Drag Race in season 45.
I'm going to upload this soundbite.
It's time for the Maxi challenge.
The Maxi challenge is like a girl group challenge. It reminds me of, and tell me if you're going to go with me on this journey, Bitch Perfect from season 8.
I was going to say it's a combination of the girl groups challenge in Drag Race UK and the Bitch Perfect Ru Capella.
I felt like the people who stood out because it was such an uneven episode.
So the song is called Suri Not Suri. Love that. Demi Lovato wants her royalties. Damian, it's time to record. Ralph is mentoring them. You know Ralph, right?
I googled her. Her name is like Rafaelta.
Rafaela, no?
No, it's something else. It seemed like a lot of misdirects of who was going to be good and who was going to be bad.
Yeah, Anastasia was like, "This is not for me, so I'm not going to do my best here."
I thought she was going to come out and be great, actually.
They were like really painting her as the struggle bus. I have another little splash of lemon. She was saying that when she recorded her rap verse, she did it in one take. And Ralph was like, "All right, great. Well, just one more for safety, I guess."
Oh.
Good for you, Lemon. And then I asked her, did Boa actually takes 700 takes to say, Scarlet Bobo, you look phenomenal. And yes, in fact, she said it was a long time. So that's another splash of lemon. There's a literal fly running around, so I hope y'all see it on screen too. Oh, everyone has a song on iTunes?
Yeah.
What's that about? As soon as Anastasia is gonna go record, do you remember what she said?
No.
She's walking to the microphone and goes, let's get this over with. Which is, I don't think she's doing the reference to Ginger Minj, but...
Acapella.
Even I don't sing a cappella. It's Elimination Day. Damian. Oh, there's some drama with Bo and Bobo.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah. Or not. There is a flashback to Scarlet Bobo coming for Boa, giving you an Aja-style monologue, like, the judges love you. You could take a dump on the stage and they'd be like, oh, we love it, Boa. Did you rhinestone that?
The queens who knew Boa thought she was a filler queen.
So like, I'm good outside of here, so I'm good here. That is irrelevant.
And Lemon said that. Lemon said, like, I think that Bobo feels away because, you know, Boa's being...
praised.
But it's not her. It's not Boa's fault.
Time for the runway. The guest host is Deborah Cox. Are you getting used to the guest host thing?
I am, and I thought she was the best so far.
So time for the main challenge. It's the rap battle. This song is 17 minutes long.
It's too much.
This is the first Drag Race, like, dance challenge that I see on the main stage where girls, like, opt out of the choreography. Some girls had a really good rap, but couldn't do the choreography.
Yes.
And so the only people that, like, did the choreography well and did a good rap were Priyanka and Lemon. So how do you judge?
I don't know. To me, it seems like it should be about the verse and the performance. I thought it was a production issue, and I don't fault those girls for not being able to do the choreography.
In US Drag Race, we know that they stay behind and work extra hours to get the choreography right. There's, like, the leaked videos of the Madonna musical. Have you seen them?
Mm-mm.
It's like the girls, like, house lights up, no cameras, just like rehearsing the Madonna number. So it ensures everyone feels confident or makes the changes that they need to make the role work for them. And in this case, I don't know if they had extra rehearsal time, but girls in the back just standing there, like, not even step touching, I could not believe it.
Yeah, it was a mess. Jimbo, like, didn't dance for a period of
Ilona was not dancing. Jimbo was not dancing. Rita was trying, so props to her for trying. She was not standing there like Anastasia in a moment. They just zoomed to her and she's like...
Scarlett was, I thought, okay. I thought Boa was fun. Her verse was good, but I don't remember her in the dancing at all.
Yeah, Boa in the group dancing was a mess, but her own verse...
Her verse was the best verse to me. Like, it's the most memorable one.
And her performance was, like, great.
I thought that Kiara's verse was good. Her Kiki Wants to Kai Kai. Mm-hmm. That was funny and memorable to me, but I don't remember how she danced. And
the dancing was not great.
But, like, nobody's dancing was great. Even Tainomi, who's apparently a dancer.
It is time for the runway, and it's time to play our favorite game, Fuego or Hasta Luego. Damien, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Category is Quebec-ky with the good hair. They are tasked with bringing amazing hair to the runway. First up is Kiara, serving a golden Diana Ross moment.
Kiara has come to be known for some sort of just pedestrian looks. Like,
okay, yes.
Like she looks pretty because she's pretty.
She's literally wearing the same dress that Kine made in the first episode.
Yeah. It's an hasta luego for me.
It's an hasta luego from me. Bam. Next, Jimbo wearing 11 blonde and orange wigs and a harness of belts.
I like that it feel like it matched the prompt. I feel like it did have a point of view though, so it's not my favorite, but I'm going to give it a fuego.
She looked great. For me, it was a fuego. Next, Tainomi drowning in straight rainbow-colored hair.
It was bad.
And she was like, well, I thought it was good.
Which just makes me more concerned.
Spoiler alert. In the lip sync, she takes off the colors, and I was like, that's a cute little leotard with black hair. Next up, it's Boa serving Ginger Minj hair, sprayed forehead, and like a coat, and then bam, the chic wall, bushy Minj.
I thought it was like unexpected and fun, and also nobody else did any version of that.
It was like a crazy, kooky, like unique thing, but it was like not done to the utmost. The mankini is like was not a garment. The bodysuit didn't match her skin tone. It was an hasta luego for me.
It's a fuego for me.
Then it's the birth of Lemon. She walks around the corner and she is a tree. She raises her arms and little bows.
I loved it. I loved it. I hate the seamstress, but I loved the look.
Now this is a great time to do another splash of lemon. I actually made the dress that Lemon wore on the runway. She had this very clear idea, just like a very simple tree trunk style. She wanted the star to be the hair. That's the challenge. There's a secret to this dress that it is 2 pieces. It is a bodice with a leotard and a skirt that she could take away in case she had to lip sync. But then the skirt, she wore it kind of high on her waist. Controversial opinion, alert, alert. It should have been a little more floor length. She must have had her reasons. I didn't ask because it's her moment. But overall, it is a total fuego and not just because I made it.
We love it.
Next up, Priyanka's wearing this like orange and blue, like hairy, cute little dress with little buns. I love this.
I like it a lot. I think it's really fun and I think it like checks the challenge off on all boxes.
Fuego.
Fuego for me.
Anastasia serving Cousin It in the front and Chun-Li in the back.
When she came out and it was Cousin It, I was like, oh, interesting. Kind of looks messy, but I'm assuming she's going to turn around and she's going to be like sexy Cousin It. And then one of the judges was like, I was expecting you to be like Morticia on the other side. And I was like, well,
that would have been sick.
And I was like, that's sort of what I was imagining. And then I was like, oh. And then she said Chun-Li and I was like, oh. I do appreciate that she tried something different because she's clearly a pageant girl and very polished, but it was an Hasta Luego for me.
It was an Hasta Luego for me too. Rita Vega serving an acid Cyndi Lauper yellow kind of like diner dress. I thought she looked fresh, fabulous, polished, like no complaints.
Yeah, I think she achieved the assignment and it was really fun and playful. And I thought it was maybe the best she's looked to date in a runway.
For me, it is a fuego.
It's a fuego for me.
Next, Scarlett Bobo with her name on her head, a little like bus driver wig. She says it's her signature. And a full hair mini dress. It's like what Tainomi thought she was wearing.
True. I love the little Bobo wig.
Yeah, the Bobo wig was...
I don't know how I feel about the look. Like, it was fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
That's fine.
It's fine. I'll give it a fuego. How did you feel about her coming out with, like, smoke in her mouth?
She's doing, like, all the extracurricular. She's doing all the extra points. But that doesn't mean that she's doing better than anyone else on the challenges. That must be hard.
Yeah, she's Brita filtering. She, like, thinks that she should be doing better. But, like, based on what I'm seeing on the show, I think she's doing just as fine as she's doing.
Yeah, which is fine. Finally on the runway, Ilona in a powder blue poodle fantasy. Even her jewelry was bone-shaped.
I thought Ilona was going to go home in this episode. I thought her performance was, like, lackluster. And she also wasn't great last week. And then she came out and I was like, oh, this is the best look of the week. So for me, it's fuego.
I thought she looked great from the waist up. Those boots, those, like, baggy fur boots.
Was that enough to not make it a fuego?
No, that is a fuego from me. But does that mean that she should have been saved?
Was she wasn't in the top, was she? Was she in the top for her?
No, she was not.
Was she in the bottom?
She was in the
bottom.
Speaking of the bottom, that's all for fuego or hasta luego. Back on the runway, safe are Lemon, Jimbo, Rita. I was gagged. I thought Lemon should have been in the top. Jimbo and Rita being safe is fine. Maybe Jimbo should have been in the bottom. So the bottoms are Kiara, Tainomi, Anastasia, and Ilona.
I'm okay with it, except the way that it shifted to be the bottom two.
Kiara, I don't think did the very, very worst. So now we have Tainomi, Anastasia, and Ilona. I think Ilona was the worst. I don't care if your runway was the best.
Yeah, I know. But I think that they gave her a lot of points for that runway. Tainomi and Anastasia lost a lot for their runways.
Oh, let's talk about the tops then. Boa, Priyanka, and Scarlett Bobo.
I thought Boa deserved the win, honestly.
Over Priyanka?
Yeah, I thought her verse was better. How'd that go?
Sorry.
Did you catch it?
I didn't catch it. I thought Priyanka's runway was better than Boa's runway. I thought Priyanka looked better in the challenge and also did the choreography way better than Boa. So I think Priyanka is a well-deserved winner. Scarlett Bobo was fine, but she was not better than Lemon, and I'm sorry. Not sorry. So the girls retired to the Untucked. Scarlett Bobo feels very attacked by Boa. Toronto girls are just fighting and insulting each other.
Rita reminded me of you because she was like, Toronto girls love to fight, but that's not what we do in Montreal. And then they did a close-up of her, Kiara holding hands, and I was like, that's like Dee Dee.
I'm like, I don't want to fight nobody. Can I? Yes.
When you and on the same season of Drag Race.
You can't say that on the record. How dare you come for me? The winner of this week's challenge is Priyanka. What's her name? Priyanka.
I'm happy for her. I like her a lot. I think she's a star.
And Priyanka wins a VIP stay and culinary experience at the Hilton Lac Limay in Ottawa. In a year of no travel because of COVID.
For 2025?
I have such doubts.
Okay, so what do you...
So the bottom is Anastasia.
What do you think of the bottom two this week? The bottom two is Anastasia and Tainomi Banks.
I could not believe it.
I was not expecting it at all.
On the regular Drag Race seasons, you maybe can see like the production's hand sometimes. Usually the girls who have the potential to win stay. Even if they slip up, they stay.
I call rigor mortis. Like, production rigor would, like, have found a way to not include them both in the bottom. To me, it seems like it's the opposite, where, like, they really felt, like, in the room that they were like, we gotta get rid of one of these girls.
Production rigory was not picking up her phone today, and they let Ilona slide by on a good look.
Right, because remember when Aja went home with her, like, she had the best look of that one episode.
It's like opposite rigor mortis. So Kiara and Ilona are safe. Anastasia, she gets told she's gonna lip sync, and what does she do? She laughs. Did you see that?
I was into it.
All
she
right.
was mad.
Fine.
She was like, huh, of course.
Tainomi Banks and Anastasia lip sync to Deborah Cox's Absolutely Not.
I thought it was okay. I thought it started strong, but I thought it, like, the energy started to, like, wane.
Tainomi Banks, Shantae, you stay. Do you agree?
Based on the lip sync, I guess, but based on that challenge, like, no.
I think they should show us the votes, like lip syncs on All Stars, like who everyone voted for.
They probably can't because of the rigor mortis.
Before she leaves, Anastasia gives them a really nice message. This proves that the sky is not the limit. Super classy, super lovely, like pageant, but it felt like it had a heart. But then she grabs the lipstick to do her mirror message and goes... And does not leave a mirror message for the first time in Drag Race history since the first mirror message by Shangela.
I love it.
No mirror message.
I think she was probably mad as hell. I really thought she could potentially win.
Me as well. Ugh. She didn't win, but as she said, she conquered.
I will miss her.
She's left a mark. Damian, that's the end of episode 3. For me, this episode, I'll be honest, was an Hasta Luego. It was rigor mortis. It was anti-rigor mortis. There were terrible looks.
I liked the runway theme.
Oh, the theme is great.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Hair, congrats. No, I liked it. Okay, that's the end of episode 3 of Canada's Drag Race. Thank you so much for joining us on Deep Dives with Dee Dee.
And Damian.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow us on Instagram. I am at DD Fuego.
And I'm at Damian Bellino.
Damian, I love you, and I will see you on the next
Bye,
one.
BB.
Adios.
See you in the magazines.
Just stupid.